right, hello. So joining us today, we have Blake Morgan, CEO of Western Star Resources. Blake, it is great to have you here with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Western Star has just announced that preparations are underway for the first modern exploration program at the Rowland Tungsten Project in Elko, Nevada. Can you share what some of the company's plans are here in terms of sampling, surveys, anything else that you've got planned?
Yeah, certainly. So, we have a past producing mine in Nevada, which is a very fantastic jurisdiction. This used to produce at 3.38%. So we're talking 15 times the national average. Very straightforward to us. Because of the past production, we already have our adits, shafts, everything's basically on the property. So it's as simple as following the old exploration into new. So what we're doing is we've got guys going to go out as soon as possible. So hopefully in the next week or two, we're on the ground. We're doing geophysics. We've got soil sampling, mapping, and channel sampling. We're basically, this program, what it will do, it will lead us into our drill program. So based on what we find here, at the same time, we're going to apply for our drill permits. And then in the next few months, we'll be doing our first maiden drill program on the property. So that's sort of what we're looking for out of this program.
Excellent. And so, as you mentioned, you do have this kind of historical production data from the project. So what sort of expectations do you have of what you're going to find?
Look, from what we've done in our due diligence, we can tell that this project was clearly just walked away from when the price of tungsten in the 70s went to basically zero. So we're very lucky in those aspects. We've got a lot of historical data. So it's basically just about following up. We go into where they've done the work. We basically do modern techniques on the regions that they sampled. And then from there, we move towards our permitting program. So, hopefully over the next few months, we have some really good results out. We move into our drill program. And then we look to build up a resource and basically do a deal with either the American government or a major in the sort of industry.
And so, I mean, as you mentioned, tungsten was previously at pretty low prices, but it really has seen this surge in demand and in focus recently as kind of a key critical mineral for the defense industry in particular. So where do you see the dynamics heading for this?
I see it basically going to skyrocketing. So we've got a few things in play here. China owns 83% of all tungsten supply. So, Western nations only have 17%. You've had the Department of Defense and America just come out, and they brought in a thing called the RE-Act, which now bans all Russian and Chinese tungsten from 2027 into January 2027. So now the supply gets even shorter. So you've got a world shortage of supply. Then you have multiple wars going on around the world. And, tungsten is critical in aerospace, defense, and even hospitals and stuff. So we're going to see a bit of an increase over the next few months to the rest of the year. And we think the tungsten price could overtake gold in the next 12 months. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in the markets.
Absolutely. I mean, if it does manage to surpass gold, that'll be definitely some interesting times and really show you, I suppose, what the state of the world and why we need critical mineral. So I guess just to wrap it up, really, what else should we be on the lookout for from the company in the coming months? You mentioned drilling. Anything else that we should be looking out for?
So we have a few things. So around 6 months ago, we did put out a news release because we have multiple LOIs, exclusivity rights on other past producing tungsten mines in Nevada. That's where we want to be. So over the last 6 months, we've been doing due diligence on these projects, and they've come back phenomenal. So we're having a look at these. Maybe we bring in something else, and then we have multiple past producing tungsten mines, and we look to start doing multiple drill programs. But short term, we've got exploration kicking off in Nevada. We're moving into our drill permitting straight after that. We're moving straight into a drill program. On top of that, we also have our critical metals in BC. We've already got drill permits ready to go on that one. So you're going to see some action there. And then with a bit of luck, you're going to see some stuff when it comes to the exclusivity rights and the LOIs on other past producing tungsten mines. We plan to make a big impact in the United States with the tungsten price going crazy. You've got the Department of War and the DoD funding multiple tungsten projects across the sector, and that's where we're going to slide into.
Excellent. Well, definitely a very exciting time for Western Star and the tungsten market. Blake, I want to thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you very much. I look forward to speaking to you again.